Hello, everybody, and thank you guys for coming out tonight. Now, I know we are all here because we are wondering why I am wanting and willing to take the second half of this year and to step into the role of our 21st century practitioner instructional leader. Now, for those of you that don't really know what that position is, I'm going to explain exactly what that is here in a minute. Um, for starters, the Center for Teachers Quality, we're going to call that C2Key, really states that my role is to identify missing support for leadership in our schools. So, meaning I want to be able to encourage my peers, my fellow teachers, to be courageous enough to really just go off script. Now, I know there are some concerns about how, you know, we get thrown curriculum at us to try, and so we'll address that here in a little bit. But when that happens, nobody really likes to be told what to do. So when that, you really get pushed an agenda on you, you really can't enjoy your profession. So again, my role is to help my peers really enjoy their profession, to be a leader and to be a teacher. Um, and the CTQ also states that when teachers feel that their roles are as leaders, again, we are leaders of our classrooms, we are leaders, we are all leaders in our community. But when we feel like that role is being limited, we are less likely to stay. CTQ states that roughly back in 2015, um, about 45% of teachers really felt like they wanted to stay and be a teacher. And that's a alarming percentage because that's less than half. And so, my goal is to really push that word, push that name, leader and leadership, to really have meaning and value. I want to help my peers understand that their decisions in their classrooms and even outside of the classroom influence our leaders of tomorrow. Now, again, that doesn't have to be in a classroom. That could easily be in our community when we're out and about and we see even our students or parents or admin out and about. And so we're really trying to set the example of the type of leaders we want in our community. Janelle Cox from Teachers Hub describes that a leader is really a master of technology, can collaborate well with others, is a lifelong learner themselves. So I know us in the educational field, we're always wanting to try and find ways to push our students to be that lifelong learner, to really advocate, to find an answer on their own, to work with their peers and effectively work together, building the 4 C's that we really want to develop in our students, which is communication, critical thinking, collaboration, and their creativity overall. So my vision, being your 21st century practitioner, is really just this: our community deserves and is capable of developing leaders who, as Stephen Covey puts it, are really able to confront reality and can handle conflict. That is my vision. I want leaders who are able to have the confidence to really understand their situation, to have empathy for others, to develop lifelong skills, lifelong learner skills, to adapt to every situation that they're in. So I hope to provide the confidence and determination to everyone that is involved. We are all stakeholders here in our school's community. So every one of us are involved in our community, and we are here to help develop leaders who are able to use conflict to their advantage and learn from their past and grow as a leader of tomorrow. Now, the type of conflicts we really look at are content and relational conflicts. So there, no way, shape, or form is this about student behavior. No way, shape, or form is this about student progression. We are solely here to help everybody as an individual develop into the leader that we are, we very much value. So I am going to be opening up the floor to some questions here in a minute. I do see that we have a parent with his hand up. So, Mr. Johnson, now knowing the type of role I am trying to take on, what is your concern? Yeah, so the question I have for you is, are you trying to be an admin, and how does this really affect my child or my student? Yes, so great question. Dr. Levum mentions in one of her TikToks that I had a chance to watch, and basically, my role is to help your student find their identity as a leader. Not very often are we put into leadership roles. And so I really want to help your students, understand situational, conflicts. Again, we talk about content and relational conflicts. So, how they want them to build reflection skills to really understand how the decisions affect others. And if it was a positive or even if it was a negative effect, what decision did you make that, that caused, that created the outcome that it had. So I want to give your student the confidence to really figure out, and to find a positive outcome and to find a positive answer, rather than getting frustrated, to really kind of just be encouraging and understand that everything has a way of being solved. So again, Mr. Johnson, I do hope that does answer your question. Now, I do see Mr. Villa is in the audience. So Mr. Villa, do you have a question or concern? Yeah, hi, Mr. Perez. Again, I'm still having a hard time understanding what a instructional practitioner leader is, and are you focusing on giving teachers feedback and grading them off of the CSTPs as well? Yes, Mr. Villa. So I do see the concern, but all I can tell you is that based on what Stephen Covey has suggested, and it really does hit me home, is that I am an extension of trust to my colleagues. That I am that transparent figure. I'm going to be straight up and honest with them and tell them what I see. Now, again, I'm not grading them, but I am going to be honest about certain plans and actions that I see that can either have a positive or negative effect. And I want to be an open resource. Now, Sanborn from Can Do Go video. Again, I have these resources later for you, but he does make a great point. And it's not very often that we invite others to be great. And that is my role and that is my focus, Mr. Villa. So I do hope that kind of clears it up for you a little bit. But thank you. Now, Perez, please excuse me for, coming out abruptly, but are you going to be observing and at the same time are you giving us feedback on our teaching strategies? Because I've been teaching for 30 plus years and I feel pretty solid about that. I mean, is that what your role entitles as well? It's no problem at all, Mr. Fierro, and I understand the concern, dude. I really do, especially you being my colleague in the PE department. I really do understand. um, no, but what I'm going to share with you is, again, I have these resources for you. Dr. Lieberman in her ed talk, once again, she explains that my role is to help you develop to be the leader that you want to be. Now, again, you may have already that identity. Great. I'm all for it. But I'm to give you the resources, to give you the tools, provide you with those tools to help you, like, say, organize projects or create activities, and to simply build your own community of support. And that's what I'm here for. I'm here for you, amongst all of us, amongst us as teachers, individuals, parents, okay? And I am simply just here to have an open dialogue with you. I want to have that open dialogue with you. And again, I'm not judging you on your teaching strategies. I'm not judging you on your classroom management. I am here to help you develop to be the best leader you can be, to be the best role model for our students, to be the best transparent figure of all time, basically, and to help us build this community uh, full of integrity, honesty, justice, and communication. So again, Mr. Fierro, I really hope that helps you out, man. We can talk about it more later, and I will see you in PE. All right. So with that being said, my goal through all this, guys, is to just build a stronger community, okay, a stronger community through communication, through collaboration. Just have an open dialogue between everybody that's involved. We are all stakeholders here. But even as a stakeholder, you don't have to sit on the sidelines and really just go with the flow. I really want to encourage every one of you to express your opinions, express your ideas, and push forward your visions. We can all come together and put our visions in a pile and really see how similar they are. But again, everybody has their own process. So I really want to help you guys build this community where we are high in integrity, high in honesty. We are seeking justice, meaning we are trying to divide the rights from the wrongs, and we are just trying to get on the right path. And overall, building our communication skills. I don't know how important it is that we have communication across the board. Parents should be able to talk to teachers, teachers should be able to talk to students, students should be able to talk to admin, and every vice versa, every which way you can think possibly. The resources I have used are great. Dr. Lieberman does an awesome job of explaining the role, and she really breaks it down. Mark Sanborn, like I said, I want you guys to be great. I want to invite you to be the best leader possible in our community, in your homes, okay? Every situation. I want you to be able to figure out what type of conflict are we dealing with. Again, I'm not focused on student behavior. I'm not focused on your classroom management skills. I am here to help you figure out ways to effectively build our community, to effectively build leaders for our society in the future. That is my goal. And again, I want this to go beyond us. I want this to go into our local community if possible and really bring everybody together. We're at a day and age where technology really has separated us. I know the pandemic was a huge deal as well. And so it's really about bringing us back. It's really about bringing us back as a community as a whole, and to again, push the word leader on everybody. Everybody's a leader in their own way. Nobody should be standing in the background waiting on the bleachers just to be told, this is what you're going to do. No, it should be, hey, I have this idea. How do you think it will help you? Or, what about this? Should we try this route and see how it goes? And you think about any positive outcomes, things like that. I am not an admin. Okay. I am not abandoning my students, so please understand that. And overall, you know, I want to call you guys out, in the sense of being positive and trusting and pushing your trust, you're entrusting me to deliver results. And so I take that very personal. But for this to truly work, we have to really come together and really think about the type of community we are serving, the type of community we want, the type of individuals that will go out of their way to help one another. And that's the ultimate goal. So I hope you guys are, I brought you guys a little more clarity into this. I am really excited. I hope you guys are too. But ultimately, I will need your help. Yes, I am going to be the practitioner leader, but it does not help if you guys are not involved. So please, if you have concerns about, content conflicts, relational conflicts, do not feel afraid to contact me. We can talk about it, we can discuss it, we'll figure out positive outcomes, a positive type of action plan, and all that. So, again, thank you guys.